I picked this question because of a thing I read recently, and I want to ask you about it.
Okay.
So the question is, what type of stock, vegetable, beef, or chicken, do you recommend the most? And I ask because I recently read that grocery store beef stock does not actually contain much beef.
Oh, did you read that now? And in what august publication did you find this claim?
It was an internet recipe for beef and barley soup in which they said, unless you're making your own beef stock, just use chicken stock because beef stock is actually like mostly flavorings and not like beef.
Sure, yeah. I don't know if that's true. What I do know is that, dog stock is really tops in our house, right? So yeah, your days are numbered, Pop-Tart.
Lay down. There we go.
You're gonna be Pop-Tart stock soon.
Oh, no.
No. I have in tasting lots and lots of commercial stock products like cartons or cans. I don't know why once they started selling them in cartons rather than cans, we all got in our heads that was of higher quality and somehow better, but I don't think it really matters. Anywho, the beef stock ones tend to taste more like soup in a can, if that makes any sense.
Okay.
Does that make sense to you? And if I say
when you say that
Campbell's, they taste like Campbell's beef soup.
That makes me think of like a salty metallic tang.
Oh, metallic. That's interesting. I suppose that could be from
the can.
Oh, the can? That's what you were thinking? I was thinking from the heme proteins in the the beef.
Those. No.
Well, the stuff that makes beef red, as opposed to white meat is like heme proteins, which are proteins built around an iron, right? For its oxygen binding ability, right? And that's why red meat is redder than chicken. And as a result, red meat can have kind of a metallic taste because what you're tasting is the iron in the heme protein.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so was this recipe wrong to tell me to just use chicken stock in beef and barley soup?
No. That strikes me as a good thing because for whatever reason, I do think that prepackaged beef stock tends to taste more like prepackaged stock as opposed to high quality prepackaged chicken stock, which will taste closer to what you would get if you made it at home. And I do not know why that is the case.
Have you ever made beef stock?
Sure. Oh. To me, when I've made stock at home, it's more like whatever I've got, right? It's like whatever scraps or bits of bone and, sinew that you have in the freezer that you just accumulate.
Make stock miscellany.
Yeah, stock miscellany, which I also think that a lot of even very nice restaurants, that's how they do it. They just have a house brown stock, which is just whatever trimmings they've got go in there.
Okay.
And I think that that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even really think it matters all that much unless what you're doing is making something that really foregrounds the stock, like a soup or a consomme, some kind of something where like that liquid is really what you're focused on. But if it's just one of several different liquid components in a sauce, I'm not sure you would notice the difference from beef to chicken or what have you.
It's funny you should say that because I did use chicken stock in the beef and barley soup.
Yeah.
But because I had browned the meat and cooked it all in there, then ultimately it was stock miscellany, I guess.
I suppose it's a similar situation to vanilla and chocolate ice cream where, if you take 1 part vanilla ice cream and 1 part chocolate ice cream and mix them together, what will you get?
Light chocolate ice cream.
Light chocolate ice cream, right? Yeah. It'll still be chocolatey, right?
Okay, I see.
Because chocolate is the dominant flavor, right? You would never describe that as vanilla ice cream with a little bit of chocolate in it or something like it's some kind of chocolate ice cream, right?
So you're saying that if I cook beef in chicken stock, it's going to be beef
forward.
Stock. It's beef forward.
It's going to be beef forward, right? Exactly. So
it was very good.
If you don't want beef, then you don't want to use beef stock. If you don't want any beef flavor at all, you don't want to use beef stock.
Got it.
But if you do want beef flavor, you can get that with chicken stock if you also have some beef in the mix, like the beef that you're cooking in the stew. Right? Make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Stock controversy.
Indeed.
All right.
I'll get some stock art for the thumbnail, and we'll call it stock. Oh.
Stocktroversy.
Oh, don't you feel bad about yourself that you already clicked on that you fell for that? Like, I would if I were you.
Stock controversy.
And I fall for that kind of crap all the time. Wow.
And it was all based on one line in one of those like internet recipes where you have to scroll all the way through past the story of the person's life before you find out how to make beef and barley.
Indeed. And why do people do online recipes like that are way too long?
So that they can get more ads.
So that they can get paid.
Yeah, and that's fine.
And that's fine.
I will say that recipe was delicious. It came out perfect. And thank you to whoever it was that posted it. Maybe I'll find the recipe and I'll put it down below.
Indeed. And we know that it's not your narcissism that leads you to write several stupid pages about your mom.
Right.
It's purely that you're trying to get paid in any way at all for your work.
And
you probably didn't even get paid that much for it. Yes.
I think I was on my phone, so I accidentally touched ads. So.
Well, there you go.
Perfect.
Good for you. Hey, so it's Ask Adam. I'm Adam Ragusia. This is my wife, novelist Lauren Morrill. And I invited some questions from you on my YouTube community page yesterday, and Lauren's gone through them and is going to put some of them to me right now. We haven't done this in a while, and there's no particular reason to do this other than to say thank you for watching and sticking with me in my managed decline. Which is to say my semi-retirement, you're still here, and that's awesome. Hey, since you're still here, you might be one of the people who would want some Adam Ragusia merch. I will let you know that my dear friends Ben Harrison and Adam Pranica are selling a little bit of Adam Ragusia merch over on their store, which is podshop.biz. You're supposed to say podshop.biz?
Podshop.biz?
Podshop.biz.
Do I say it again?
Yeah, let's do it all again.
Okay.
They're selling it on their store, which is at their store, which is podshop.biz.
Podshop.biz?
That's right, podshop.biz.
Podshop.biz. Did I do it right?
You did great. Where they are mainly selling merch for their podcasts that they make, but I also gave them permission, and they're presently the only place where you can get
real,
retail,
official,
authorized Ragusia merch right now for this holiday season is podshop.biz. They have
authentic.
That's right. They have a couple of t-shirts and a couple of stickers, I think.
Awesome. I'll have to get me some of those.
These are also my two friends. Adam and Ben are my two friends with whom I've recently launched a new podcast, which is for subscribers only. It's a Patreon show, which the link is in the description along with podshop.biz. It's not as memorable as podshop.biz. Just go to patreon.com/wholesome_pod. The show is called Wholesome. So go to patreon.com/wholesome_pod. This is a new Patreon-only show that me, Ben, and Adam are doing. And how would you describe it?
Oh, it's just like a good hang amongst friends. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Yeah. And having scrolled through well over 500 comments on your YouTube community page and having seen how many people were like, are you going to bring back the podcast? Here it is.
Yeah.
They start with like a little introductory essay and then they chat about it. And so if you miss Adam's essays, this is where you should go. It is peak distilled Adam Ragusia.
And the thing is like we sort of talk about things that we like rather than things we don't like.
It's a positive show. It is a positive hang.
One of us brings in something that we really like to share with our friends that week, and we consider it together.
It reminds me of that feeling when you like see something out and you're like, oh my God, I cannot wait to tell my bestie about that. Right. Oh my God, next time we have breakfast, I'm going to tell them about this. And that's what it's like.
And for people who are wondering, well, if this is so great, why are you putting it behind a paywall? I'm at a place in my life where I don't really want to make so much content that has to sort of win a mass audience, that has to play the thumbnail game that we were just making jokes about, right? I'll do it a little bit, but that's not the direction in which I feel like I want to walk my soul.
You want to talk to people who want to hear you talk, not people who just stumble upon it and are like, what is this? I don't like this. Why are you doing this?
I don't think that we ought to impugn the intentions of internet viewers.
I'm not internet viewers. I'm talking specifically about the commenters.
Sure. Okay. So I just don't want to have to do I've made a podcast before where in order to get the minimum amount of audience that I would need in order to get sponsors to make it worth my while to do, I have to sort of orient the conversation around some kind of teaser or something that will get passersby on the internet, at least some of them to pay attention. And I don't really want to play that game anymore. And neither do Ben and Adam right now. You know, we want to talk about our things our way for our people. And if that's you, you can pay $5 a month and get that weekly show, including the backlog. There's a lot of episodes in there now that you could binge. And if that's not you, then that's totally cool.
Yeah.
Make sense?
It's me.
Okay. Should we move on?
Sure. Let's do it. Okay. I have a training question.
Okay. What kind of training?
How is your training going, and what is your favorite lift?
Oh, strength training.
Yes.
Okay. Sure. Because there's so many things one could train.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Strength training.
Okay, yes. My super high G training is not going terribly well. I tend to pass out. But in terms of my training in the gym, it's actually going very well because, you know, as people know, I've talked about before publicly, is that I've sort of cleaned up in terms of intoxicants earlier in this year. And kind of to fill that void in my life, we started working out a whole lot more, which is generally better.
Yeah. Well, it started because I was like, I think I need to finally start weight training.
Yes. And
I got us on a schedule. So we go 3 days a week.
3 to 4.
3 to 4, yes.
Yes. And so it went really, really well. And now I'm in a phase where I've started eating more. Because it's bear season, right? It's
cuffing season.
It's cuffing season. All the girls be needing
a big boy.
So I've been eating more lately, and as a result, like last few trips to the gym, I have been putting up I've been putting up, what do they call it? A personal PR. PR. Yeah, I've been putting up PRs, is what they say.
Or PB is personal best, but PR.
PB? I've never heard that.
It's personal best or personal record. People say PR mostly. So.
Okay, PB is more phonetically pleasing than PR.
Oh, I like PR.
PR makes me think of public relations or potentially Puerto Rico. Huh. And one of those two things I dislike.
I'm going to guess it's public relations.
There you go. Okay.
I'm going to say it before someone
I know.
with a very ungenerous reading shows up. So yeah, his leg press is incredible. He asked me to spot him on a leg press, and I was like, I don't think that I can do anything.
You don't. People who are in the know are not impressed by leg press because they know that so much of that is about the particular leverage properties of the machine and all of that. I'm impressed
because I know if a Range Rover is on top of me, you can get it off.
I recently switched from my lower body focus from squatting and other free weight exercises to leg pressing. In part, that's because I'm just older and
squatting hurts.
I can't be putting so much pressure on my joints. But also, I've been really intrigued to see the extent to which I really can get stronger when my nervous system is not distracted by keeping me stable and upright and all of that, you know? And indeed, I think that there is some hypertrophy research that would suggest that free weights are very beneficial to beginners to sort of forge those neural pathways so that you can mobilize muscle in a coordinated way in order to create power, right? But that once you get more established, once you are no longer a noob, that it can make a lot of sense to switch to machines and other guided paths.
This is what I was saying when we were doing RDLs, and I said you were going too low, and because you were putting your back into it, and you were like, well, I want to work my back too. And I was like, yes, but if you want to work your hamstrings and your glutes, you have to isolate them and not get your back involved.
Was this your way of saying that my dump truck is insufficient for your needs?
No, you have a lovely peach. And, excuse me?
Oh, your peach. I'm sorry. It did not immediately occur to me that you wanted me to comment upon your butt in a public forum. That's something that you would have probably preferred I not do in other circumstances. I did not realize that, how the tables had turned.
Just tell me I'm pretty.
You're so pretty. You're so pretty. And she is looking like a beast in the gym. And she's someone who is new to resistance training.
It's amazing.
And
I speaking to people who are intimidated by weight training.
Yeah.
Let me just tell you that I have found the gym to be delightful. So fewer people are looking at you than you anticipate, and the big meatheads are the ones that are most likely to offer assistance. They're super nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you feel like if you were to sort of, if you've been sedentary for a long time and not really, you haven't been able to open up space in your mind to think about your fitness and it's really gotten out of hand, you may think that if you walk into the gym, everyone is going to be like, oh my God, look at this slob.
No.
Let me tell you, when I see that guy walk into the gym,
I'm like, hell yeah.
I'm like, you are the most impressive person in this entire establishment right now. I see like, a roided up dude walk by, like whatever, that does not really impress me. When I see somebody who is taking that first step on that journey and they walk in, I'm like, you are the baddest motherfucker in this gym right now.
Yeah. It's the most progress I've ever seen in any kind of fitness. It's really impressive how if you stick with it and you do the things, you will get stronger.
I'm going to evangelize for just like a few more minutes and then we're going to move on. Okay.
Okay.
Because I know that like a lot of the people who watch me are people who watch food content on the internet, who are people who like to eat, right? I am one of you. I like to eat too. Okay.
Yes.
If you like to eat, but you want to try to be as healthy and functional as you can in your body into your, what remains of your life, hopefully many, many more years. My God, strength training is the way to go. And it, some of the healthiest, happiest people I know are people who eat a lot and they lift a lot. And they don't have abs. They couldn't be fitness influencers. They are thickalicious, you could describe.
But they can like pick things up and not be worried that their back is going to hurt.
Yeah. And
they can move through their lives.
Their blood work at the doctor is awesome. You do not have to be cut in order to be healthy in the slightest. It's just the iron remains my truest friend other than my dog and my lady.
Adam did help me, but I will say that if there's any ladies out there thinking about strength training, I use the Alive app, which is Whitney Simmons, and I very much enjoy it.
That's awesome. And to the ladies, and this will be the last thing I'll say.
To the ladies. Ladies, come forward.
I don't know even how often you have to say this anymore because I feel like women have been deprogrammed of that long, lean muscle bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
Right? But for like a long time, women were told...
I don't want to get bulky.
Yeah, you don't want to do strength training because it's going to make you bulky. And
as someone who is trying to get bulky, it's hard.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. You said it.
It
right?
doesn't happen on accident.
It's like you realize that all of us dudes are trying to look like, vintage Schwarzenegger, and we're not there yet, because it's hard to get bulky. However, the flip side of that is that like probably most of the health benefits associated with resistance training are the result of increased muscularity, right? Of just carrying more muscle tissue on your body. Your entire metabolism, energy, everything about your body functions better when you are walking around with some more muscle on you. And that is the goal. The goal is definitely to put on some muscle tissue. Yeah. Will it make you look bulky?
No.
No. Unless you are incredibly genetically gifted, in which case, then...
Shut up.
Next question.
All right. Is there any food you hated as a kid but grew out of it and now you enjoy it?
Gosh.
You hated beets as a kid and you still hate them now.
Yeah, that's like the big one where I've tried really hard to kind of get over it.
I like beets.
Yeah, and they're beautiful and so good for you, and...
I tried making sweets and beets and you were not interested.
Yeah, it's just the aroma turns my stomach. And it's so fascinating to think about why that is the case. There is research literature on this where it's like there can be actual genetic differences between people that explain differences in their palate. It's probably more so has to do with your environment growing up and how your reward system gets wired by your experiences.
You eat most everything now, and...
Yeah, what else don't I like?
Not much.
Yeah.
Were there other foods as a kid you didn't eat?
Well, sure.
Brussels.
Yeah. My parents, because they're from the generation when Brussels sprouts were legitimately terrible.
Like boiled.
And so therefore they never served Brussels sprouts to us as a child.
And they still don't eat them.
And they still don't eat them. Yeah. They're still, because they're just traumatized by when their reward system was being wired, they were being served Brussels sprouts that were genetically much more bitter
then they were just boiled
and
all
they
to
were
hell.
boiled, instead of being roasted, which is
Yeah.
how you really get magic out of Brussels sprouts, which is with dry heat, Although honestly, I've really been enjoying sort of steamed or boiled vegetables of all kinds lately.
Well, because we're getting old and our body is like time to slow down on the chewing.
Oh my God, is that what that is?
I don't know.
I mean, I've been more intrigued by how all the things I loved as a child, I no longer have any interest in at all. Like I have so little interest in fried food anymore.
Well, that's just because it makes us feel bad now.
Is that
I mean,
why?
when I was 14, I could eat an entire pizza and the box, and I was fine. And now I'm like a slice of pizza. If I don't like chase it with a salad and some vegetables, I'm just like. Ugh.
Let's try to spell that out for the young people out there in ways that won't be gross. Like what? Because I remember hearing older people say, "Oh, I can't eat that. I can't digest that." I'd be like, well, "What does that mean? You can't digest it? Does it come leaping out of your chest? Like what does it do?"
Heartburn. It sits in my stomach like a rock, and then it moves through the rest of my body in an unpleasant way.
Okay, so yes, there can be defecation problems associated with very high fat diets, especially as you get older.
It just makes me tired now.
Yeah. What I notice is more like its impact on my mental health the next day. Like if I eat a whole lot of unused calories, right? If I have like a lot of like way too much, my blood sugar is too high, way too much glycogen or whatever it is, the next day, like when I've eaten enough to where like I can feel that my cheeks are puffy, because I think it's how food affects your fluid balance, either by raising the salinity of your body fluid, therefore, you take in the salt, which requires you to take in more water so that you can maintain the salinity that your body needs, right? So there's just more fluid that way. Or it's that you get a lot more calories, a lot more sugars that with water form glycogen, which hangs out in your muscle tissue, waiting to be used in your next explosive movements at the gym, right?
Yeah.
But either way, when I've eaten enough sort of calorie dense food to where my cheeks feel puffy the next day, I feel bad, and I know that part of that is just social conditioning, fat phobia. Bullshit telling me.
Yeah, because you'll say that to me and I'm looking at you and I can't tell the difference.
Yeah, I know that a lot of that is just like this bullshit that I've internalized through my life, and I'm never going to be able to get rid of it, where I feel bad about myself because I don't have visible abs or whatever, like that's, but I don't think it's limited to that. I think it also just makes it, I think there are other ways in which it makes me feel bad.
Yeah.
And I don't want to, I don't want to get there. And maybe it's that you go through enough cycles of that in your life to where you look at that like greasy ass food and you don't even want it because what your reward system in your brain is reminding you of how terrible you're going to feel the next day. And therefore that diminishes the amount of pleasure that you would actually experience upon eating it in the moment.
I think for me, it's like I have some credits to use on those foods. And I decide when I'm going to spend those credits. And it's like, am I at Dollywood? Yeah, let's do it. Plus, I'm going to be walking around all day. Or like, am I going to the gym tomorrow? But if it's like the weekend and I'm like laying around, then I also can't eat fast food because then I'll just feel like I need a 10-year nap.
It could also be the case that just as we get older, like your hedonic response kind of blunts. Things don't feel, and this is a thing that happens, like things don't feel as good to you.
It does not happen to me. I just took a 7-hour road trip and I bought so much candy.
I won't universalize my experience, but I will say that like this is something that tends to happen to human beings, is that, things just don't feel as good. And when things don't feel as good, other considerations come into play.
Yeah.
And the flip side is true, which is why like I often really want everyone who hasn't taken drugs to take some drugs just to have the experience.
Sorry, children.
Yeah. I'm talking to adults here and, please, follow all local rules in your jurisdiction or what have you. But to have the experience of living inside someone else's mind can be really, really useful toward developing your empathetic imagination, right? So
Some of us just do that by reading fiction.
well, that's probably more healthy. All I'm saying is that it's like if you haven't taken any kind of cannabis yet, which is increasingly something that people in the audience can do legally in their jurisdictions, but please check your local laws. One of the interesting things that you can get out of that experience is seeing what it's like to be a person whose hedonic response is much more sensitive, for whom a little bit of ice cream just tastes like galaxy exploding pleasure, right? Because you may believe that your position in the world is different from someone else's because you have better willpower, but actually it's that shit doesn't feel as good to you, and so you're not as tempted by it, right? Or maybe the food isn't as tempting to you, right? Maybe something else is, as indicated by some terrible dysfunction in your life that's completely different from the one that we're talking about. It has nothing to do with food, right? And it's just like, no, here, have this edible, and then in 2 hours, we're going to give you a taste of ice cream, and then we're going to see how you assess other people whose reward system is different from yours, for whom that spoonful of ice cream when sober tastes so good that you think to yourself, I kind of don't care what happens tomorrow. This is so good. This is what life is all about. If I died tonight, that would be okay because this is so goddamn good. Right. And I think that describes people who, when sober, just their gut hormones are different. Their reward system is just different. Food just tastes way better to them. And as a result, that's why they react differently around it. Not because their willpower is low.
This just makes me think of all the people who are like, I don't really do dessert. I don't get into dessert. And I'm like, I'm so sad for you. Sorry. I love dessert.
Well, I suppose you ought not necessarily judge people who say that, because they may be speaking truth, right?
Sure.
That's just not how their reward system is wired.
Yeah.
I think what you're probably reacting to is the fact that a lot of people do that in kind of a performative way.
Yeah.
That is...
They're like, I would really rather have a piece of fruit.
Right. It's like someone who's really excited to tell you that...
I'm like, fine, I'll eat your cake then.
Back in the day when people still watched television, it was like the person who was really excited to tell you that they never watched television, right?
Yeah. Or now people are like... I'm not on social media. I don't really do social media. I'm like,
there you go.
Cool. Congratulations.
Right. Now, here's the thing. If that's true, I applaud you for it. That's
I wish.
Awesome. But my guess is because, if you're really excited to tell me about it, there's one of two things going on. One, it's not that you're doing it or not doing it. It's that you want me to think of you as a person who's not on social media and whatever. Okay. The other possibility is that you might be trying to sort of create a self-fulfilling prophecy. You might be trying to speak a truth into existence. And in which case, if you need to tell me that you're getting off social media or that you're getting off cake or whatever it is, so that you can help yourself to stay off those things, then I'm here for you.
That's a really generous way to look at it. All of this from a question of what did you hate as a kid, but now you enjoy.
Oh my God. Let's go to the next one.
Okay. Homegrown herbs and veggies and homemade food are all the rage, but when have you found that store-bought is either better taste-wise or just so much easier than the home alternative?
Oh God, usually, right? Mm-hmm. Like there's a reason that we have advanced, developed, specialized economies in this world.
Okay, I will say homemade soups I think are always better than like prepackaged soups.
Oh God, yes. Oh, I thought we were talking about ingredients.
Either one.
Oh, okay.
And we've talked before about how like we have never made a burger at home that is really as good as a decent burger from a restaurant. Yeah,
well, you can. It's just incredibly messy and energy intensive.
Yeah,
right?
That's why we just go get a burger.
Yeah. Let's talk first about ingredients, and then we'll kind of. So in terms of like produce, like okay. There's a reason why so many people grow their own herbs, even if they don't grow their own food, right? Mm-hmm. Which is that fresh herbs are usually, which is to say highly flavorful, delicate leaves, or other soft botanical parts, right? Mm. They, you usually don't need much of them. Mm-hmm. And if you buy it at the store, then you have to buy a whole big bunch, right? Because for them to make it worth their while, they need to sell you a whole big bunch of parsley, but you only need a little sprig, right? So it makes more sense from a scale perspective for you to just produce it yourself. Also, you can grow fresh herbs as just like simple house plants.
Right.
You know, you can just have a pot of it on the windowsill. You can't grow carrots like that, right? But herbs you can. And then also, like, what if you wanted a variety? If you wanted to have something that's not just basil, but it's like parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme, for example. Oh my God.
I
know, but they didn't, and that's depressing.
Don't speak for them. They may be Simon and Garfunkel fans.
You're right. Okay. Anyways, if you want a variety, then you're almost pretty much your only way to get a small quantity of a variety is to grow it yourself. The exception is now they've been doing those like mixes, those little plastic pouches that have a mix of, you know, poultry blend herbs or something like that. And you can get those. That's fine. It's expensive and it's wasteful in terms of the plastic. And so, you know, so that's why growing herbs at home, even if you're not like trying to be Farmer Joe, like growing your own herbs is worth it. Growing your own vegetables, it depends, right? So carrots, for example, I've tried to grow carrots every place where we have had access to ground, right? They've never been good. They've always been bitter. Carrots are highly sensitive to soil conditions in terms of what they're going to taste like, and we have just never had the right dirt for carrots. They've been just incredibly bitter every time. And I should hasten to say that there's other factors that could also explain that in terms of, you know, nutrient content, in terms of temperature.
My feeling on growing your own vegetables, is it's the thing you should do if it brings you joy.
Yes.
But don't feel like you need to do it to get the best ingredients or because it's healthier or virtuous. Like, just do it because you love it and enjoy that.
And unless you're doing it on a very large scale and with great aplomb, it is likely to cost you far more than just buying things at the grocery store today. But if you want to prep for the end times, which like maybe you should, you know, for when certain systems start to unravel, certain particular agricultural systems that are particularly relevant to fresh produce really may be threatened by certain political developments in our country at the moment.
Yeah,
we can leave it there.
No, I just want to say, like, chicken makes me nervous in a deregulated society.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking about hand-picked fruits and vegetables are likely to get a lot more expensive if certain things come to pass as promised within the United States. And in which case, maybe this would all change. And that's a reason.
Either that or they're all going to be riddled with listeria.
Oh, okay. It makes sense to grow. It could make sense to grow vegetables from an economic perspective if the globalized system that brings us all of our groceries right now were to be disrupted in some way, which it easily could by a number of things, right?
But as it stands,
it's probably not in your economic interest unless you live on a big piece of land, which I would say, you know, unless you're gardening, let's say, at least half an acre or something like that. I mean, like a lot, you know.
And not like your house is on half an acre, but like you have half an acre
under cultivation. Yeah, exactly. And you're good at it. Right? Where you're minimizing waste and all of that. And maybe that's not a reason to not do it, because you have to do it a lot to get good at it. So if you've got some pocket change to spend on gardening and it brings you joy, then absolutely, hell yeah, get out there and learn from your mistakes, learn what grows well on your particular patch of the earth, right? So that when the end times do come, you can produce food efficiently for yourself.
Right. But if you see it as punishment, don't do it.
Yeah, for sure. I will reiterate something I've said many, many times, which is that I think if there's one thing that's worth growing, it's probably tomatoes. And that is for a number of reasons, but the biggest reason being that the large tomatoes that are available in the mainstream grocery supply here in the United States and in similar countries are tomatoes that have been bred to be able to be shipped without getting squished. So that's like pretty, and to look pretty, right? So that's, you know, why farmers have selected them for decades, is that they don't get squished and that they look pretty. And as a result, those particular breeds, not as a result, I think incidentally, those particular breeds don't taste very good just because they weren't selecting for flavor.
Right.
when they were breeding them. It just wasn't what they were looking for.
Yeah.
And so flavor went by the wayside. Whereas if you go back to certain heirloom varieties, you get like an explosion of umami in particular that is not really present in a typical grocery store tomato that can be really mind-blowing. But that said, I mean, like the grocery world has gotten hip to this phenomenon. And if you go to a nice grocery store, like they're selling, heirloom tomato varieties.
Or like your local farmer's market.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Which is probably the better place to go.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. Next. What kind of foods make the best leftovers? As in, what kind of foods degrade the least after being reheated?
Wet foods.
Soup.
Right?
Chili.
Okay.
Stews.
Exactly.
I am a person who does not like leftovers. I don't like to eat the same thing twice in a row. I'm just weird like that. And then I also just don't ever really enjoy it. But like when you make beef stew, the leftovers of that I will eat. They are delicious.
Right. The reason for that being that the common methods of reheating, let's just say microwave, right? Is not just that heating environment is not one that is good for crisping stuff up, right? So if it's a stew, if it's a soup, it's going to come back maybe even better than it was on day one, right?
All those flavors will have mingled in the fridge.
Yeah, I'm sure there's chemical processes that continue that can result in really tasty flavors the next day, right? Now, this equation, I think, has changed because we're living in a world now where, like, my guess is most of the people watching us right now have some kind of tabletop convection oven.
Yeah, so then
otherwise known as an air fryer.
Yeah, you can crisp things back up.
Yeah, because like before
a slice of pizza in an air fryer, so good.
Like when we were growing up, there was just no point in if you were going to get like a doggy bag from the restaurant. Like there was no point in them packing up the fries, right?
Oh yeah,
fries were going to be disgusting no matter how you tried to reheat them. They were going to be terrible, right? Now, you take leftover restaurant fries and pop them in the air fryer.
Yeah.
Holy crap, they're
good.
amazing.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's just the right sort of, dry heat, lots of air movement. You get you get the water away and you get this nice crispy exterior. So I think what remains of the foods that don't reheat well, assuming you have an air fryer or some such, right? And I think that it is foods that depend upon a really delicate temperature gradation from exterior to interior. So, for example, but not limited to, a medium rare steak, right?
Yes.
Because a medium rare steak is made to exist by taking a piece of meat, putting it on incredibly intense dry heat so that you get this very, very dark crust on the outside before the heat migrates to the interior and cooks it too much, right? In order to get the whole thing warm enough so that it's not cold on the inside, when you're reheating that steak, you're probably going to end up taking it beyond mid-rare. It's going to end up being gray on the inside. It'd be very, very tricky to reheat it to its perfect medium rare temperature, right?
So just eat the cold steak if you're.
So just eat the cold steak. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why, like, if you have leftover medium rare steak, you're having steak salad the next day. That is absolutely what you should have.
Yeah.
Like, I suppose you could, if you had an immersion...
Or steak sandwiches.
Or steak sandwiches. If you had an immersion circulator...
Did you say sandwich?
I did.
Okay.
Moving on.
That was cute.
If you had an immersion circulator, if you had a sous vide set up, you could theoretically sous vide your leftover steak, put it in the water, set it to 125 Fahrenheit or something like that, and then it would be reheated to, perfect medium rare temperature, but then the outside would be kind of wet. And so to bring it back again, you would need to fry it off again or throw it in the air fryer for a second to just crisp up the exterior. But you would risk overheating the interior, and it'd just be really tricky. And it's not worth it. It's just not worth it. So I think there's vegetables that are like that, where like you really you want them to be kind of rawish on the, any vegetable that you're depending on to have some like snap left to it, anything al dente like that,
Yeah.
really, really, or pasta. There you go. It's impossible to reheat
no,
pasta,
it's
right?
disgusting.
It will never be al dente again.
Yeah. Even like
It will always be too soft.
even like a ziti where it's all like saucy like a lasagna, I still think they don't reheat that great.
Right, because what you're depending on is that the core of the noodle is still a little bit raw and dry, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's where you get that al dente texture, is the core of the noodle still hasn't fully rehydrated.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you stop the cooking of the pasta, even if you throw it in the fridge, right, it's done. Like water is going to continue to migrate into the interior
And then it'll
of
just be
those starches,
gummy.
and then it's just going to get gummy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the big category of food.
Yeah.
Now, if it's a soft pasta dish, like a chicken noodle soup or something like that,
Oh, well, yeah, but that's soup. So
but that's soup,
we covered
right?
that.
Or if you're just someone who likes gummy, soft pasta, we're not going to yuck their yum, are we?
No.
Okay. Then, yeah, you live in a world where pasta can be reheated. And I'm sure that
more power to you.
More power to you. And I'm sure that there are like food engineers out there working on pasta products that are designed to be reheatable. I imagine there's probably some large chain restaurant operating with such a product right now that they would tell me is just as good as real al dente pasta.
But at home.
But I doubt it. Yeah.
Okay, I picked this question so that we could give an update.
Sure.
Which is, how do I get young children to eat more nutritious foods? Because anyone who's been following us for a long time knows we have children that are very picky eaters. And like picky to the point where you would say like, please just put it in your mouth, chew it and swallow it. And they would like gag.
Yeah.
And
Panic
yeah, they would
responses,
panic. Yeah. And so people would ask us this question and we'd be like, I don't know, man, just keep trying. And I'm here to say that it does get better.
Well, no, let's not universalize our experience.
Well, I'm just saying that like you don't have to like do strategies. Some kids just grow out of it, and if you don't give them a complex about food, and you just keep offering it, and we do have a kid who now can put food in his mouth, chew it and swallow it because he knows he's supposed to, and it's good for him.
Right. So what I will tell you is that, and I've kept up, I'm again, not where my PhD is. I don't even have a PhD. If you know someone with a PhD in this and they tell you something different, you should believe them, not me.
Yeah.
Okay. But as a science literate person with a professional interest in this area, and also a very large personal interest in this area, I do keep up on the research literature with what they call food neophobia, which is the fancy term for picky eating, right, in kids, pediatric food neophobia. And the overwhelming takeaway from that, practical takeaway from that body of research literature is that there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can do about it. Like, and nearly every intervention that you could think of is counterproductive, right? Punishing your kids, yelling at them about it, trying to force the issue makes it worse. It's like trying to get out of a Chinese finger trap by pulling harder, right? It is totally counterproductive. The thing to do is, in as much as you can with your practical situation, and not everybody out there has the same practical situation. Some people are bringing home, this is the food that we have in our house tonight, kids. You can either eat it or you can go to bed hungry. And that creates a different dynamic that might be enough to push certain kids over the edge. But other kids, no.
Yeah.
And other kids in previous generations or previous states of human development where there just wasn't a food available that didn't scare them might have simply been labeled as weak, sickly, frail children who died. Because until very, very recently in the history of our species, you would expect to lose half your kids while they were kids, right? Even regardless of your station in society. And we don't live in that world anymore, and we ought to really rejoice. Yeah. And there's many reasons for that, vaccines and hygiene being chief among them, but this is probably also part of it.
Yeah. The abundance of various types of foods.
Foods, yes.
Yeah, I would say in so far as we did anything, we just kept offering, we encouraged, we talked about food in a healthy, productive way, which is like, protein will help you be big and strong, and if you want to be strong, you need to make sure you get some protein. Not like you have to eat steak, but like this is protein and that is protein.
And also pointing out all of the various non-meat ways of getting protein.
Yeah.
You don't want to get people, and I see grown-ass people, you and me, especially in the lifting world, people just have it in their heads that meat is the only way that you can get gains. And I'm a meat eater, y'all, and I'm here to tell you that is not true.
Yeah.
Had to switch the battery. Anyway, soy is not going to spike your estrogen levels. Like that is internet pseudoscience that's based upon a very small kernel of real science that you do not have to be worried about in a practical sense if you are a normal person. Okay. And honestly, like if you want to eat enough protein to get really, really jacked, it is my opinion that getting all of that from animal sources would be environmentally irresponsible of you. And you need to look for, it's fine if you eat some, but you need to look for a plant-based protein supplement or what have you, that can meet the bulk of that need in a more responsible way. That's my humble opinion.
And I think the other thing is, in the same way that we talk about, quote unquote nutritious foods as positive, we don't talk about other foods as negative. Like we don't say that's bad for you, or if you eat too much of that, it's going to make this, that, or the other happen to you. They're just like, these are the foods you like. And, we had a pediatrician who was like, my kid ate only chicken nuggets and he's fine. So just, it'll all be fine.
Can I share an anecdote? This is a brag, really.
Yeah.
It's a moment where I got parenting right, and I want to celebrate my own success.
Good.
Right?
Let's hear it.
Okay. Yeah. So we had a kid who is a chicken nuggetarian, and then recently kind of graduated to eating chicken on the bone from a particular fried chicken establishment. Yes. Right. And he asked, is this healthy? Mm-hmm. And I had a moment where I was like, oh my God, I can repeat the generational trauma or I can take the off-ramp. Yeah. And I had the presence of mind to take the off-ramp. And what I said was, hey, for you, buddy, anything different is good.
I was standing right there. It was so sweet. It was so good.
And he got it. And he didn't question. He was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Like we're happy that you try new foods.
And I think I might have added to that, in general, if you can eat something that's a little closer to the way that it like came from the farm, then that's probably a good thing to look for. And so, you can see you can see the actual part of the animal that this was, right? You can see its wing, its bones, right? Like, and in that doesn't necessarily mean it's great for you or that it's not poison, but it's a good thing to look for. Yeah. In general, is to look for things that, look like they a little bit closer to the way they did at the farm. Yeah. And we've not done it perfectly.
No. There are times when you get frustrated and you break down and you're like, please just eat it.
Oh my God, just
put it in your mouth.
But they are.
But that has never once worked.
Never once worked. and even if it did, what the freaking literature indicates is that it made it worse. It made them more likely to be scared next time. Yeah. And to shut down. Yeah. And now there's like a lot of I think there's a person with a certain perspective on the world who's listening to this conversation and would say, back in my day, we didn't indulge these things. We just said, hey, look, you can either eat it or go to bed. And
there's a lot of millennials walking around with really fucked up interactions with food because of stuff like that. And you know what? I grew up very picky, and I mean, until I got to college. Right. And now I eat most everything. There are things I don't like and I avoid them, but like there's preparations of things I don't care for, but it's just.
My guess is, I think that of the two of us, you are more genetically wired toward food neophobia than I am.
Genetically?
Yeah.
Why? Because I'm a wasp?
I mean, honestly, just seeing how it does tend to run in your family. Oh, up to and including our own children who are half you.
Yes. Yes, I remember. I remember that conversation. This came from your side of the family.
Yeah, so
no one in my family was ever a picky eater.
That is not how we want to put it. That is an incredibly unproductive way to put it.
Yes.
However, we can still recognize, genetic differences between people and to try to work to accommodate them as much as possible in a healthy and mature way.
Right.
And I think that indeed some people, when they lived in a world or an economy where food was much more scarce, right? Their level of food neophobia was such that the added incentive of knowing that this pot in the middle of the table tonight is the only option that we have. There's nothing else to have. You're going to bed hungry unless you eat that. There's people with a level of food neophobia where that would be enough to kind of get them over the hump, right? Some people probably not, and those people might have literally died, right?
Yes.
And we in our economy don't live in that world. And as a result, we can't pretend that food is more scarce than it actually is.
When there's a cabinet full of Oreos, if you tell your kid, eat this or go to bed hungry, they're just going to go to bed hungry and eat Oreos tomorrow.
Right. And you can't.
It also breeds a distrust.
It breeds their distrust, exactly, right? Because the only other way to do it would be to be imperious about it and to say like we're gonna lock up all of the refined carbs in a safe, and
I don't want to live like that.
Right, exactly, and that is a thing that while it might work, it's also going to breed distrust between you and your kids. I think to some extent, you have to be honest about the world we live in, and the world we live in is one where refined sources of calories are extremely abundant and cheap, and we can't pretend that isn't the world.
Yeah. All right, I have one more question. I think this is a good one to end on.
Yes.
All right. It says, always been interested in starting a YouTube channel, but anything I've ever done online has made me cringe when I look back at it. Curious your perspective and how you've gotten past or accepted that. I have an answer for this.
Do you want to answer it? Go ahead.
I think
for yourself as a content creator or for me?
In general.
Yeah.
I think that there's no hope for you if you're a person who wants to put yourself out into the world, either through your art or your writing or YouTube or music or whatever.
Yeah.
The best things happen when you just embrace the cringe.
Yeah.
Like if you are thinking in your head, if you're pre-reviewing the stuff through the lens of the most ungenerous viewers, you're not making your best work. And I think you just have to embrace the cringe.
Yeah, I mean, I've certainly had to do that. I mean, because I'm someone where like I've told this story many times, so I'm going to try to do it really, really briefly. But like one of the reasons why I think I was able to be successful as an internet content creator was that you need some random accident of fate to, get you to the noticed by the algorithms in the first place, right? And when that happened to me, I was old enough to and mature enough to say, look, I'm really embarrassed. I don't feel like what I'm making here is good enough, but I have children to feed, and I need to.
And you have an opportunity before.
And I have an opportunity, so I am just gonna go, la 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 la, and hit publish, right? Yeah. And I was rewarded by that, right? Whereas a younger version of me would have fussed over everything way too much and not been sufficiently productive to make dem any money or to make enough product for people to consume or what have you, right? So that's good. Where I think that advice breaks down is if the blowback that you're fearing is not people saying, hey, you're bad or you're stupid, or the blowback is sort of moral blowback where like if you're being careless, like you're making content that is dangerous for the world.
Sure.
Or is harmful to someone or potentially harmful to somebody else out there.
If you're like, well, I think I could really make money if I go on the internet and like start doing that manosphere bullshit where I talk.
Let's not like, I mean, let's let people use their own value systems out there. Like whatever you think is bad, just sub that in.
Okay, for example, so I used to write for teens. That's how I started. And I could tell everybody about my books, and my mom read all my books and all of this. And I started feeling like I wanted to write adult romance. And I knew that what I wanted to write had on the page sex in it. And I would say it took me a good 2 or 3 years to actually start putting that work out there, because for a long time I was like, what if people judge me for that? My mom can't read it. You know, she can't tell all her church friends to read my books. You know what?
Yeah.
Her church friends have read my adult books. And I have gotten comments from them that they really liked them.
Well, that's lovely.
So I think there is a way in which you...
Hey, buddy, we're busy in here. We'll be done soon, okay?
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. We'll be out soon.
Yeah, just a few more minutes.
Okay.
Okay, I was just asking if we could have something.
Yes, I'll make you
yeah.
some lunch in a second, buddy. Go ahead. Continue about your dirty books.
No, but I think in that case, that was a good example of me like fearing the cringe, but also fearing moral judgment. And I had to decide what mattered to me more.
Right, exactly. Because there's a certain kind of, there's a certain attitude that I think our present culture can really cultivate and reward, where you want to say, screw the haters, you know?
Yeah.
People are going to hate and whatever. If you don't like me, you're just a hater, okay?
I liked that.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have done that. And it's like, yeah, if what people are hating on you for is like, you know, how you look or, you know,
Yeah.
what you like to eat or something like
"Ugh,
that.
she likes something that I don't like.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, don't listen to those haters.
Yeah.
But if people are criticizing you because you're making money off of things that you're putting into
That
the
are
world that are
hurting people.
are
Yeah.
harmful to other people,
Yeah.
you need to try to remain sensitive to that criticism. And that for me has been the most challenging thing, which is what criticism do I remain sensitive to? Because you don't want to block yourself off to all of it.
Right.
Right. So here's an example, and this would be maybe a good place to leave it. Okay. So for example, as a lot of people know, I was a musician before I was ever a journalist, and I was a journalist before I was ever a YouTube cook. Right. So I sort of wanted to, you know, get back to doing some music in my old age. And I wrote like, you know, some tunes that I recorded and published recently, and you know, to not thunderous applause, and that's perfectly fine, because I knew that no matter how good it is, it's not what people expect of me, and therefore they're probably not going to want it that much, right? Because that's not what it's like walking into an ice cream store and being served the most like delicious hammer, right? And being served like a really, really great hammer. Right? It's like, this may be a really useful hammer, but it's not what I walked into the store for. Right.
Yeah.
So it's not going to look good, you know? And so I knew that I needed to simply ask myself what I thought was good, and to try to have honest conversations with myself about what I think is good and what's not good. And that's really the only thing that could guide me.
And also, like, is this what I want to be doing?
Sure. Yeah, exactly.
Does this bring me joy?
Does it bring me
Yeah.
joy to do this, right? Which it did for a while until it didn't, and that's when I stopped, you know. And maybe I'll do it again when it feels joyful to me again, but right now it doesn't, you know. But anyway, so one of the tunes that I put out there that got, you know, I've really tried to not read any comments whatsoever, but a couple seep through always. And one that got like a particularly negative reaction was the first song on the Dad Rock EP, which is linked in the description. Which is a song called Free to Be, in parentheses, Not So Mean, which a lot of people were saying the music is good, the lyrics are really cheesy. And it's possible I have to remain open to the idea that the lyrics actually are really cheesy. But I also know that if you didn't know what the other texts that I was referencing in that song, because that song is referencing other things, if you were not familiar with those references, then it would definitely come across as really cheesy to you, right? Now, I don't want to say then that if you don't like it, it's because you're an idiot and you don't get it, right?
Yeah.
You may fully get it and still think that it's bad, in which case, awesome. But I also know that if you didn't get it, you would almost certainly think that it was cheesy, right? Yeah. And so just to spell that out, because it's actually directly relevant to the conversation it had, is I was thinking about this children's album that, did your parents buy you Free to Be You and Me?
No, but
No.
I absorbed
You absorbed it, right? Okay,
culturally,
yeah. So a lot of people who have hippie parents or post-hippie parents,
Yeah, my parents were hippies.
got, so a lot of millennials were given a children's record called Free to Be You and Me, which was an album that was organized by a then famous actress named Marlo Thomas to try to just put some positive messages out there for kids. And there's like absolutely wonderful stuff on it. A lot of the social messages don't hold up too much, don't hold up too well, in part because the memo has been received.
Yeah.
Like girls no longer need to be told that it's possible for them to be an engineer, right? But back then, maybe a lot of girls did need to be told that, and so anyways,
Women couldn't get their own credit card until the late 70s.
exactly,
So.
exactly. Times have changed. So I was thinking about that and how like a big message of Free to Be You and Me and a lot of similar media was freedom of expression. Is that it's okay to tell people what you think and what you feel. And because that is an album that were songs that are written in much more socially buttoned down times where people were confined by their roles in society, I think, in ways that they are not anymore. Although there's lots and lots of role confinement now today too, it's just different, you know? And I was sort of thinking like, I sat down to write a rock song and I was like, I don't want to write like sad stuff. I want to write something happy. I want to write like what people used to write rock songs about, like freedom and doing sex and stuff, right? Like, so I just as a way of getting started, I just wrote the first line, "You don't have to do what you don't want." It just sounded like a rock and roll thing to say.
Yeah.
And then I sort of thought to myself, I was like, is that really the message that I want to put out into the world right now? That you don't have to do what you don't want to? And the answer is no. Because I don't think that that's what my audience needs to hear. I think they got the memo because their parents got the memo from Free to Be You and Me that you don't have to do what you don't want to, that you can be who you are and say what you feel, right? They got that memo. And in fact, we've overgotten that memo,
Yes.
right? We have gotten far too careless with our words in our...
Yeah, we no longer feel a responsibility to each other.
Right, exactly. It's sort of personal liberation to the point of antisocial behavior, right?
Yeah.
Where it's just like, it doesn't matter to me how what I say makes you feel. You're a hater. And it's like,
Yeah.
no, I'm not a hater, but what you're saying makes me feel really bad. And you should take that into account maybe.
Yeah.
We've gotten really, really loose lipped.
Yeah.
And so what I wanted to say was to flip it on its head and be like, yeah, you're free. You're free to not be a dick.
Wouldn't
Right?
that be nice?
And indeed, like the second line of that song was, as I originally wrote it, was, and you don't have to do what you don't want to. And the second line, as I originally wrote it, was, and you don't want to be a dickhole, do you? Because dickhole sang really well.
Nice.
But I was just like, if I'm writing, the whole concept of the Dad Rock EP is that there's sort of songs I kind of wrote directionally at our kids.
Yeah.
And so and potentially other people's kids. And so they're sort
You
of
don't wanna
children's
say
songs.
dickhole.
I didn't want to say dickhole in a children's song, So I changed it to butthole, which didn't sing quite as well. So there's so what I'm doing in that song is just kind of trying to turn old rock cliches about self-liberation on their head and use them to implore myself included to not be, because the second verse is about how I'm free to do whatever I want. I'm a fucking rich old man, like I can do whatever the hell I want. And the times in my life where I have used that freedom to tell people what I really think of them, I have immediately regretted, right? Even if I don't care whose feelings I hurt, because sometimes I've hurt the feelings of people who I think really are dickholes, and I don't care whether their feelings were hurt. But it was bad for me. It was bad for my soul, for lack of a better word, in order to do that.
Yeah.
So I know that there are some people who hear a line like, "We were born free," hear Adam Ragusea singing "We were born free," and that sounds like a rock trope that's cheesy. But if you're not familiar with what I'm doing, you don't realize that what I'm saying is I'm taking the cliche and using it and subverting it, turning it upside down, saying, yeah, you're free to restrain yourself, free to think what you feel, but maybe just leave it at that. Just because you have a thought doesn't mean you have to say it out loud.
Some thoughts are just inside thoughts.
Some thoughts are just inside thoughts.
Sometimes I want to say to people, like, you could just write that on a piece of paper and then throw it directly into the trash.
Right.
And you've gotten the thought out, but you didn't hurt anybody with it.
And live your truth, right? Like, if you believe something to be true, that's, even if it hurts other people's feelings, that's awesome. Live in accordance with that truth. But maybe don't say it unless you have a particular reason to say it, unless you think it will be constructive to say it.
Yeah.
But if it will just make you feel good and superior, or help you try to get social status among your group by putting someone else down, make yourself feel tall by somebody else, making yourself feel tall by making somebody else feel small, maybe live that truth, but don't say it. And that's like the message that like the kids need to hear these days, and the adults.
Yeah.
And I guess, so that's why I wrote that song. And if you still think it's cheesy, then that's awesome. But to answer the questioner's question, what I have tried to do in order to put things out that is to have really honest conversations with myself about what I think is good. And that doesn't necessarily mean that everything that I publish is going to be good. And it certainly doesn't mean that it's going to be viewed as good in other people's eyes. But I'm pretty sure it's the best thing I have available to me, because the alternative is to imagine what someone else wants. And that's how most of the shit in this world gets created. Disposable, dispensable bullshit that is like, maybe good enough for some purpose in the marketplace, but no one's going to love it or remember it or whatever, that stuff comes from someone imagining what some hypothetical other person wants and making it.
I would also say, specifically to the questioner, if you're thinking about having a public-facing career, is gather the people around you in your real life who matter to you, and remember and keep in touch with their feedback and their view of you, because it becomes so easy to have all of these voices come at you and to start becoming the thing on the screen instead of being yourself.
And what's fascinating is that I think this is something that I think a huge percentage of the people within the sound of our voice right now are dealing with. Because that's what social media did, is it turned lots and lots of people into celebrities, small-time celebrities, right? Like if you might just have 15 people who follow you, but like among those people, you're a thing, you're a brand, you are a famous person. And as a result, all of us are dealing with fame in little ways now, whereas before a tiny few people had to deal with the burden of fame in much higher doses. And we ought not be surprised that they ended up being completely broken as human beings. Yeah. And so let's try to not do what we did to Michael Jackson to each other.
Yeah. I know the cliche is touch grass, but like that's real.
Great advice.
It's so real.
Yep. Okay. So let's probably stop making internet content on that note.
Yeah, that's right. No more. We're done making the content. Let's go live our lives.
Let's go live our lives. If you want some Adam Ragusa merch, right now the only authorized place on the internet to get that is from my friends Ben and Adam. They're selling it at podshop.biz.
Podshop.biz?
Podshop.biz.
Podshop.biz.
Linked in the description. Also, the Wholesome program, the new podcast that I'm making with Ben and Adam that is paywalled, that is linked in the description. I think you'll really, really like it. If you stuck with me this long, I think it'd probably be worth $5 a month to you. And you can then listen to the show on any podcatcher, or you can just stream it directly from the Patreon site. Lots of options in terms of how you consume it. And thank you so much for sticking with us. Have a lovely holiday season. Hopefully I have a back catalog that has answers to your questions at this point. And do you have anything you'd like to say, honey?
No, thanks for hanging around.
Thanks for hanging around.
High five.
High five.